Your first alert forecast from 15 News.
5:18 the time. And we take a look across town from the campus. 67 degrees, our current temperature. Skies mostly clear now, no wind. Dew points up at 66, so pretty close to the air temperature. Watch out for some fog. Visibility at 7 miles in Madison now. No precipitation around here. We did have a thunderstorm roll by early this morning, and you may have been awakened by some lightning and thunder over parts of Marquette, Green Lake, maybe even the far northern part of Dodge County. That is gone now. Temperatures are starting off this morning anywhere from the mid-60s to around 70 degrees. It is still warmer to the south, and we have that stationary front located to the south of here that is kind of dividing us from the extremely warm and humid air. It's warm enough around here, and we'll reach mid-80s for highs today. 3/4 of a mile of visibility in Boscobel, 3/4 of a mile at Camp Douglas, Baraboo as well. So some reduced visibility out there. The lowest visibility we're seeing now is in Beaver Dam at 1/4 of a mile. Not much wind. The wind will be easterly or northeasterly for today. Pretty light, probably around 5 miles per hour. Here's that front that I was talking about, still hanging out to the south of here. Another disturbance will track along that front. A few showers will be possible right along the state line today. This is midday, noon, and by afternoon, those will exit quickly, and I think most spots will get into some sunshine as high pressure takes over. I'll just call it partly cloudy, although at times this morning it may be mostly cloudy, and at times later this afternoon, maybe even mostly sunny. Another disturbance will head in from the west on Thursday. Rain is going to be likely with this one, and you can see that passing through southern Wisconsin during the daytime hours of Thursday. May start the day off with a few showers south of Madison. I do think we will get into quite a bit of sunshine, though, on Friday. Here are the forecast highs today, mostly in the low to mid-80s for southern Wisconsin. 79 the high for tomorrow. Scattered showers. We've red barred Saturday as well with some rain possible as we start off the weekend. Tim?